I'm sorry for my inability to let unimportant things go, for my inability to hold on to the important things. She will always wear her crown, regardless of the hate. Know that bad character and attitude can block people from seeing the skill, talent, or potential you have. Life is a moderately good play with a badly written third act. A promise made is a debt unpaid, the cremation of Sam McGee. It takes guts and humility to admit mistakes. Admitting we're wrong is courage, not weakness. Don't be too timid and squeamish about your actions. All life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. Yet we must say something when those who say the most are saying nothing. Sometimes, as we're stumbling along in the dark, we hit something good. It isn't what you have, or who you are, or where you are, or what you are doing that makes you happy or unhappy. It is what you think about it. Mostly, the world sees you the way you see yourself. The minute I stopped trying to find the right girl and started trying to become the right guy, the girl came. Hold on to forgiveness, for it frees your heart of resentment and opens the door to healing and peace. I am serving the purpose for which I was designed, therefore I am satisfied with my existence. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. Love is hard to find, hard to keep, and hard to forget. You can change your mind. Don't let your mind change you. Cunning grows in deceit at seeing itself discovered and tries to deceive with truth itself. A truth that's told with bad intent beats all the lies you can invent. Being happy doesn't mean that everything is perfect. It means that you've decided to look beyond the imperfections. People who keep stiff upper lips find that it's damn hard to smile. If you tend to a flower, it will bloom, no matter how many weeds surround it. One morning you wake up with more life behind you than in front of you, not being able to understand how it's happened. Those who achieve the extraordinary are usually the most ordinary because they have nothing to prove to anybody. Be humble. If you cannot find peace within yourself, you will never find it anywhere else. Alive or dead, the truth won't rest. Rise up while you can. Life has become the future. Every moment of your life is lived for the future. Great things are done by a series of small things brought together. There was another life that I might have had, but I am having this one. The progression of time is inevitable, nor can we control it, but we can control what we do within the time available to us. A photographer is like a cod, which produces 1,000,000 eggs in order that one may reach maturity. There's no point in wishing. We can't change anything about the past. We can only remember. We can only move forward. When your intentions are pure, so too will be your success. Small is the number of them that see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. Becoming well-known is the most valuable element in the connection process. The thorns we endure in life are but shadowed by the precious petals of a rosy outlook. Truth persuades by teaching, but does not teach by persuading. Acquiring wisdom is great, but it is not the goal. Applying it is. I can be forced to live without happiness, but I will never consent to live without honor. If we encounter a man of rare intellect, we should ask him what books he reads. Grace doesn't depend on suffering to exist, but where there is suffering you will find grace in many facets and colors. If you do not tell the truth about yourself, you cannot tell it about other people. What I'm looking for is not out there, it is in me. I'm glad I see with my eyes and not the pages I've read. Your life is a reflection of your thoughts. Think well. Never judge what you have not experienced. Every moment is a new experience. Maturity is when you stop complaining and making excuses and start making changes. It never failed to amaze me how the most ordinary day could be catapulted into the extraordinary in the blink of an eye. To truly laugh, you must be able to take your pain and play with it. The truth may be out there, but the lies are inside your head. We have 40 million reasons for failure, but not a single excuse. When you procrastinate, you become a slave to yesterday. If my life is going to mean anything, I have to live it myself. We cannot reach the pinnacle except by taking advantage of the abilities we have and acquiring those that we do not. Bloom as if you want to make the whole world beautiful. The good which every man, who follows after virtue, desires for himself, he will also desire for other men. Those who wish to read always find a book. There are new chapters, new pages, and new journey to embark on. You must do the things you think you cannot do. Almost everything is changeable, improvable, and achievable unless the laws of nature prevent it from happening. The fruit of empty hopes is more bitter than the saddest truth. The problem you and I have, as wrong planet people, is not so much that we mean everything we say, but we expect that everyone else does too. The worst part of being okay is that okay is far from happy. The Christian religion is a very powerful and convincing mistake. Everything smaller than heaven bores us because only heaven is bigger than our hearts. When you are on your path, and it is truly your path, doors will open for you where there were no doors for someone else. Fight for what you believe in, for if you don't, you will be forever fighting against yourself. I've never seen anything as bright as the rays of kindness. Even small positive shifts in thinking create huge results if you are consistent in your efforts. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. A flower does not use words to announce its arrival to the world. It just blooms. Believe those who are seeking the truth. Doubt those who find it. The speed of your success is limited only by your dedication and what you're willing to sacrifice. Beauty as we feel it is something indescribable. What it is or what it means can never be said. When you do the right thing, you get the feeling of peace and serenity associated with it. Do it again and again. Life takes a bit of time and a lot of relationship. There is desire in the perfect, beauty in the imperfect. Thus I lust over the flawless and fall amorously forceless to the flawed. A lack of clarity could put the brakes on any journey to success. It is truth that liberates, not your effort to be free. I have been swimming inward and no longer drowning. I have been seeking the answers within myself. Anything can be done, as long as you truly believe it. Never complain, never explain. Resist the temptation to defend yourself or make excuses. But remember, boy, that a kind act can sometimes be as powerful as a sword. The most common form of despair is not being who you are. Success is most often achieved by those who don't know that failure is inevitable. If the moment is everything, then everything is time. The teacher who is indeed wise does not bid you to enter the house of his wisdom, but rather leads you to the threshold of your mind. There is no shelter from the willful blindness of a politician. Life is worth living when you have someone to share it with. You have succeeded in life when all you really want is only what you really need. I have often wished I had time to cultivate modesty, but I am too busy thinking about myself. The more you try to please people, the more they get control of you, and you'll end up hurting yourself. An item is only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. A concept is a brick. It can be used to build a courthouse of reason, or it can be thrown through the window. I was a veritable Johnny Appleseed of grand expectations, and all I reaped for my trouble was a harvest of bitter fruit. You may be the only person left who believes in you, but it's enough. It takes just one star to pierce a universe of darkness. Never give up. I have a theory that as long as you have one good friend, one real friend, you can get through anything. In the end, Lex should have stuck to his lies, for it was the truth he almost told that killed him. If you want to turn your life around, start enjoying the little things in life with a big, big smile. Every impulse of feeling should be guided by reason, and, in my opinion, exertion should always be in proportion to what is required. Truth will always be truth, regardless of lack of understanding, disbelief, or ignorance.